What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joel Davis Media Network. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Hope everyone is having a good Labor Day weekend. I'm about to put in a poll right quick, so give me a moment before I start. One moment here. Put this poll in for y'all to answer right quick. Now, I got a question up here for you guys. Please take your time and answer this question because it's very important. All right. So, without further ado, thank you for joining into the night stream, guys. Sorry for it being so late. I was about to head to bed because I got to get up 5:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning, do my shift thing. And it's been weighing on my mind about a story that has just been going around in the entertainment world. Now, I usually don't do entertainment on this channel, but since it's growing, and I've seen a lot of people that also conservatives been talking about this, I decided to go ahead on and kind of shed some light on this that is going on. Again, if it's your first time tuning in, do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. If you want to support the channel, everything is down in the links below. Without further ado, let's get into what I want to discuss with you guys. So if you have been listening to Fox News, mainstream media, entertainment, or even Facebook or anything like that, two well-known comedians. One's an A-list comedian. One is I would say a B-plus list comedian in Hollywood. Tiffany Haddish is the A-plus. Aries Spears is the B-plus. Comedians recently facing a lawsuit. Now, they're facing a lawsuit from something that transpired back in 2012, 2014. Oh, you didn't hear about this. SKC that watched Blackistan Chronicles. Now, these are two black comedians that are especially woke. They been on woke channels, woke pro, things of that nature. But recently, I think they broke the code, but I will get to that in a minute. I'm going to talk about what they're being alleged going on. I'm going to talk about what took place with that, and I'm also going to talk about the code. So I'm going to do all of this by 11 o'clock. I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but I think I could do it. So it's going to be quick, fast, straight to the point. So since I got 4 people already in the chat, including myself, we're just going to go ahead on and switch to the second camera. So we're going to switch to this camera here. All right. We're going to go in and add my favorite screen. It's coming up for you guys shortly. This is from the Daily Beast, Daily Mail. Now, I mean not Daily Mail, but the Daily Beast. Excuse me. Now, if you don't know what the Daily Beast is, thank you, Alvin. I appreciate it. The Daily Beast. Oh man. Oh my God, Cat Slade, please be careful, sweetheart. Really do. Please be careful. Really, for real, man. We need you. We really do. So, I'm gonna go and read what the Daily Beast has uncovered. Now, before I start, I do have to put out a trigger warning like I do with everything that involves children. If you have children in the room, or if you yourself are very sensitive to anything that discusses anything about children in a violating way or in a abusive way, it is best for you to not even look at this broadcast, because we're going to go right into a lot of this. So I'm going to give you guys a few moments to get it together. You know, we're going to do the Jeopardy music. All right, that's it. We're going to jump into the article. So, the name of the article here is from the Daily Beast. Comedians Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears accused of child violation. Now, a Jane Doe and her younger brother allege in a new lawsuit that the comics recruited them into performing inappropriate adult suggestive acts in sketches when they were minors. Now, I'm going to read the article to you, and then I will break down the fact and the truth and what's false in all that is being reported. During their childhoods, Jane Doe and her younger brother says they called Tiffany Haddish Auntie Tiff. The comedian had met their mother through the comedy circuit and used to refer to the siblings as her niece and nephew. But in a lawsuit filed pro SC on Monday night of this week, in which Jane is an anonymous plaintiff on behalf of both herself and her brother, who is a minor. The siblings allege that Haddish and her fellow comic, Aries Spears, recruited each of them to perform inappropriate acts on camera when they were children. Jane Doe is now 22, and her younger brother John is now 15. Have adopted pseudonyms due to their respective ages at the time of the allegations. Now, there is the real name of the mother. You can look at it further down in Google and find out what the mother's real name. I'm not going to expose the mother's real name that's involved with these children in this lawsuit, due to the fact of the matter, I'm disrespecting their privacy until people bigger than me expose the name. Now, Jane, who is also John's legal guardian, is the plaintiff in the lawsuit, both individually and on her minor brother's behalf. The siblings' complaint, which names Haddish and Mad TV alum Spears as defendants, centers on two alleged incidents in which Haddish and Spears allegedly encouraged one of the siblings to perform adult suggestive acts on camera while underage. Representatives for Spears and Haddish did not respond to the Daily Beast request for comment. Jane was 14 years old when her alleged video shot took place and John was 7. Their mother alleged that she and Haddish met through comedy and bonded over a shared source of strife. We were both going through a divorce, the mother told the Daily Beast. Messy divorces. We just got really super close, according to the lawsuit. Haddish called the family for every birthday and every Christmas. The siblings' mother noted that for years, Haddish reliably checked in, whether that be from a movie set or overseas. Okay, so Yeah, it tells you there's a relationship. In the summer of 2013, when Jane was 14 years old, the lawsuit states that she attended a comedy camp where Haddish appeared as a guest speaker. All around that time, Haddish allegedly told the child that she's found a perfect role for her very own commercial. Neither Jane nor her mother knew what the shoot would entail, according to the lawsuit. Only Haddish and Spears, who also on hand to produce the video, are said to have known the plot. The clips Spears and Haddish asked Jane to watch in the recording booth allegedly seemed innocuous at first, if a little strange. A group of co-eds were arguing over a Subway sandwich, but then the co-eds began eating the sandwich in a suggestive manner from opposite ends, moaning and making adult noises as they both ate the sandwich in a manner that simulate the act of eggplant emoji. The complaint claims that Spears told Jane to mimic what she's seen on the screen, including the noises precisely like what she heard throughout the video. The 14-year-old, who was allegedly nervous and disgusted, fell silent until Haddish returned to the room, the lawsuit claims. Haddish verbally explained what was expected of the plaintiff Jane Doe, and that showed plaintiff Jane Doe how to give eggplant, including movements, noises, moaning, and groaning. The lawsuit states, at that point, Jane told the Daily Beast, "I knew 100% what they wanted out of me." The lawsuit describes Spears allegedly looking on while a physically, emotionally, and mentally uncomfortable Jane received these instructions. "I tried to mimic what they wanted me to mimic, but it still came out just super uncomfortable," Jane told the Daily Beast. "I knew when I left the booth that I didn't complete what they wanted me to do." Haddish paid Jane the $100, the lawsuit claims, before sending her home. At the time, Jane said she tried to shrug off what happened. "I didn't confide to my mom. I didn't confide to nobody else about how weird I felt at that moment." She said a year later, Haddish allegedly approached the children's mother with a similar pitch, recruiting Jane's little brother, John, for another video. Although the comedian allegedly told the family John would be filming a sizzle reel for Nickelodeon, the suit alleges the 7-year-old wound up starring in a video posted on Funny or Die and other online platforms titled "Through a You Know What with the P Eyes." A representative for Funny or Die told the Daily Beast in a statement, "Funny or Die found this video absolutely disgusting and would never produce such content. We were not involved with the conceptualization, development, funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to the site as a user-generated content and was removed in 2018 immediately after becoming aware of its existence." Both siblings allegedly attended the shoot when the lawsuit claims took place in Spears' home. Jane said Haddish's behavior changed once the children arrived at the home. No longer in the company of their mother, it was like a whole 180 almost. She told the Daily Beast, "Tiffany had never been mean to me, never raised a voice to me until this point." According to the lawsuit, the children were separated during the shoot. Jane recalls that Haddish told her to remain on a couch downstairs while her brother's shoot took place upstairs. The Daily Beast has reviewed a recording of the video in which Haddish plays the boy's guardian and leaves him with Spears, who plays you guessed it, the P. John spends most of the video clad in his undergarment. as Spears' character leers at him through 2 holes cut into the newspaper he pretends to read. Now, during the sketch, the camera zooms in suggestively on the 7-year-old's behind, buttocks, and crotch while he plays. Spears sprays baby oil onto the child's back and massages it onto his shoulder in one scene. And at another point, the child plays with a train in a manner that suggests you know what with the M. In another sequence, Spears smokes a cigarette while observing the child nude in a bathtub and pours water on his feet. By the time the video ends, the child is peering at his babysitter through a newspaper and rubbing baby oil on his shirtless shoulder. The final line of the on-screen text reads, "Watch who you leave your kids with." Once filming ended, the lawsuit states Mr. Doe called his mother crying, saying he did not want to film anymore. When her brother came downstairs, Jane recalled he was red in the face, crying his eyes out. Just bawling out in tears. And I immediately scared because I don't know what happened to him. When that happened, the only thing I could feel was how I felt in my video with Tiffany. Jane added later, "I didn't know at the time if anything happened with him, like what had happened to me, but I just felt like something wasn't right in the moment." The sibling's mother was immediately alarmed, and she received a phone call from her crying son. And the answer she allegedly received from Haddish did little to reassure her. She said something to the effect of, "I don't think acting is for him," the mother recalled. And I'm like, what the F you mean acting ain't for him? My son is crying. Like, what is going on? The sibling's mother allegedly spent the next week contacting Spears and asking to see the footage of her son. Spears allegedly kept repeating that it had not been yet edited. Eventually, the lawsuit states that Spears claimed John had been so uncooperative that the footage had been deemed unusable and subsequently deleted. 4 years later, however, the gossip website Gossip published an article about Spears that described the skit. It was then for the first time that John's mother said she became aware of what had actually been filmed. All the trauma, all the memories, all the anxiety and depression and guilt and shame and fear. I felt all of these emotions were triggered when this video situation came to a head, she said. To find out that she had violated such a sacred trust, I trusted her with my children. That is what pushed me over the edge. Both Jane and John continue to live with the trauma of what they endured. The lawsuit states Jane allegedly struggles to trust people and has developed a social disorder that presents socializing. She feels constant remorse knowing that she was only a few feet away when Spears was violating her 7-year-old little brother in the other room, according to the lawsuit. As James puts it, I don't date guys. I don't have intimacy. I'm not your regular 22-year-old who is partying, having fun, and hooking up and stuff. Her little brother, meanwhile, allegedly places band-aids over the camera on all of his electronics due to an ongoing fear of being watched and recorded. The lawsuit lists 8 causes of action. Spears and Haddish are both accused of intentional infliction of emotional distress, gross negligence, violation battery, violation harassment, and violation abuse of a minor. Haddish is further accused of negligent supervision or failure to warn, breach of fiduciary duty, and constructive fraud. The lawsuit seeks general and special damages as well as any appropriate statutory damage. Jane took over as John's guardian around the end of 2019 or start of 2020 due to cascading series of traumatic personal issues that impacted their mother's mental and physical health. She has also enrolled both herself and her brother in therapy. According to the lawsuit, including the complaint, is a statement John wrote during his treatment saying that the P sketch fucked me up bad. I don't got no friends. The now teenager wrote, I don't trust nobody. I'm scared of adults. I refuse to be recorded or take pictures because I'm scared of weird ass adults trying to do nasty stuff to me again. I spend all of my time in my room and I do not go anywhere because I don't trust anybody. John adds later, I have had to kick and scream and cry, and Tiffany came and told me to let him touch me. When I kept crying, Tiffany got mad at me, told me to get dressed, and took me home. I remember her yelling at me in the car, telling me that I would never get on TV acting like that. I know now that you are fucked up for what they did to me. The 14-year-old statement concludes, and none of this is my fault. The siblings' mother negotiated a settlement in 2019. The lawsuit states, but that agreement allegedly does not bind Haddish, who the complaint alleges insinuated she wanted no parts of Spears' settlement agreement via text, or the siblings would had no guardian in litigant present to represent their interests as minors. In the settlement document, which the Daily Beast has reviewed, Spears denies the validity of the claims regarding the video's production and distribution, but agrees to stop the distribution, exhibition, and further use of the video. The document names Spears, the siblings' mother, and Jane does not appear. Now, the siblings' mother also filed a police report against Spears and Haddish in January 2020, but nothing apparently came of it. The Daily Beast has reviewed a copy of the report. For months, I used to sit in my closet and cry until I fell asleep. The mother said I would literally wake up on the floor in my closet because I didn't want the kids to hear me crying. Crazy. She almost attempted to delete herself at one point, she said, but was interrupted when her son asked her for help making breakfast. I wanted Tiffany to see the errors of her ways, and I want her to do the right thing as far as helping with therapy and with the kids and stuff. But the way she just got real Hollywood on us, the mother said, that was not the same friend that had been a friend to me. In that moment, Jane said, it became clear to the family that all we really got is each other, and the common goal is to make sure that John is okay. The family has since made it their mission to heal together, in part through family therapy sessions, addressing everything, unpacking everything, forgiving each other. For years, Jane has lived with the regret of not being able to protect her younger brother. However unfair to her younger self that feeling might be, I feel like God knows what happened to him, and I wasn't there to protect him, she said. Now, however, things are different. As an adult, I have the power to protect my little brother now and have the power to do something about what happened to him, Jane said. And that's what my goal is to get done. Just to show my little brother that, hey, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to protect you and be there for you, but this is how I'm going to show up for you now. Now, while Haddish did not respond to requests for comment for days prior to the story running, following the publication of the story, Andrew Bretler, an attorney representing Haddish, issued a statement on her behalf saying that the plaintiff's mother has been trying to assert their bogus claims against Ms. Haddish for several years. Now the mother has her adult daughter representing herself in the lawsuit. The two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action. Now, notice the long article. And guys, this is a lot. It really is, because the streets are talking about this. Now, I'm going to break down to y'all the situation of why I feel that this is true. Now, I'm going to I'm not going to play the clip. I'm just going to show y'all some images of this skit. So let me go to Google. Now, this skit has been around since 2014 because it was playing one time all through Facebook. And it definitely was playing, through Facebook. So this ain't been like it was a surprise. Now, some of these images are blurred out, but just to show y'all it's real, there is some stills of what has been seen in this movie, in this skit. Hold on. Trying to throw it out. Now, if I could find... Now, here's one right here. This is part of that skit. Now, I'm not going... This is a little bit of a preview of it. Now, this was leaked on Twitter. And let me tell you, this is not the first time that he has made controversial videos that was twisted. Him and Tiffany Haddish also made another video back then where he was playing like he was this twisted Bill Cosby acting ass dude. So I think that at the time, because Tiffany has been known to get around, that she was out here trying to get it. Now, you know what? It's already public record, so I'm just going to go ahead on and tell you who the person is. So, the woman that is talking about this is Teresa Morris. Now, that's the name of the mother. Okay? Now, Teresa is the one that was in the settlement that stated all this information with Spears back in 2020 about what he did to her children. Now, like I said, Spears tried to say it's a lie. But see, here's my thing about this. I've always had a thing that I've always talked about on this channel. I said, men lie, women lie, kids and numbers don't lie. Funny or Die released a statement that you made this video. It's real. It's out there. They had it. There's also documentation that you signed and you were sued by the mother, a settlement, which I don't know how much cash bread you gave her, that you would stop distributing it. But see, you didn't realize that when you did that settlement at the time, that young lady was probably about 20 at the time. So she felt like, okay, you might have settled it with my mother, but I'm the victim. What about me? So everybody want to know, okay, Joel, so what about this code? What are you trying to say about the code? All right, we're going to talk about it. So first things first, we're going to go into Tiffany Haddish. All right, so Tiffany Haddish was doing all these major movies. Everything was going good in her life. She had no problems, right? Let's turn into this clip right here that she discussed. And actually, I'm going to go further than that. A statement she made. And this was during the time when Will Smith got assaulted Chris Rock. Let me put what she said. I'm going to look it up. Tiffany Haddish statement on Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Now, A+ comedian, what's up, Maurice Delp? My dog in the building. A+ comedian. This is what this fool woman said. I'm going to play this clip right quick. And you can break down right quick what she said. Let me pause my mic real quick. All right, so thank you for the $10 super chat coming from Performer 20. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I don't know what's going on with my thing, but I guess it want to freeze up. So anyway, this is what the statement she released. So let me try to at least get the paper version of this. Alright, so thank you for the $10. Alright, so this is what she said. She said that, and I was trying to play the clip what she said, but it didn't. She said That was the most beautiful thing I ever seen. That meant the world to me. And maybe the world might not like it went down, but for me, it was the most beautiful thing I ever seen. Tiffany Haddish said of Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Now, here's why I say she went against the code. All right? And the reason why she went against the code on this is because due to the fact of the matter that she's a comedian. And when you're a comedian, you were supposed to stick with the other comedians. All the comedians were very upset with what happened. Thank you, Red Indigo, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. She was supposed to stick with them, but she didn't do that. She went against that code. Now, y'all know in Hollywood, you an A+ celebrity, there's gatekeepers, okay? Especially when it comes to black comedians and black actors. And those gatekeepers are the ones that keep you lined up, making sure you getting money. Now, people don't know this or not, but Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, and David Chappelle are kind of like those gatekeepers. Okay? If you go against the code with them, things are not going to go in your best interest. And because of that, if you notice, Tiffany Haddish ain't been getting a whole lot of looks. You know what I'm saying? Things been drying up. You ain't been seeing Tiffany being invited to shit when it comes to doing any kind of collabs with your everyday performers. Now, that was back when the Oscars happened. Let's look at what Aries Spears recently did that got him in the spotlight. Aries Spears was talking, I don't know who he was talking to in the interview, about how he felt about Lizzo's weight. Okay? He said that he was tired of people promoting Lizzo's weight, which is very, unhealthy, instead of talking about her making healthier decisions. They want to just keep fueling her to be overweight. Now, let me tell you something about Lizzo. Lizzo is like the BBW / overweight people that don't want to do anything for themselves and let themselves go and do not have no medical problems. Now, the people that's got medical problems, like my wife, and cannot take care of themselves because of that, that's a different story. I'm talking about able bodies. They worship Lizzo because Lizzo tells them to be unapologetic. She do. She tells them to be unapologetic, be fucked up. Now, she's also gets love from the alphabet community because she believes in all that crazy rainbow shit that we be talking about on this channel. And because she's a part of that circle, she's always going to be protected. And when he did that, next thing you know, 5 days later, Aries Spears is being sued by a settlement he thought he settled and left behind. So what is about to happen? This is what's about to happen, guys. And watch my words about this case. And now I'm about to go back to the main channel, my main camera. What's going to happen is they're going to start canceling them, right? You're going to start seeing more and more people speaking out. More people will start going to shun Tiffany Haddish, and they're going to start shunning Aries Spears because they didn't follow the code. The code was, don't talk about the elites. You can talk about anything else you want to talk about, but don't talk about the elites. Because once you start talking about the elites and the gatekeepers, we will let you know who runs Hollywood. And Aries knows better than this. He ain't stupid. He been in the game for a minute. He know how they work. You can't talk like that when you got skeletons in your closet. Because we all know that Tiffany Haddish is not who she says she is. To me, personally, I think Tiffany Haddish, and this is just my personal opinion of her, I think she's absolutely garbage. I don't think she's funny. I have never remember a joke that she said that make me fall on the floor and laugh. I really think she's one of those women that fucked her way into the industry. You know what I mean? And she's there now. She's got a little status. And now she hasn't followed the code, and she's probably going to fizzle out. Aries Spears, I think he's a talented dude. But I also think, too, that he, like a lot of people, got vices. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what they say. When you got vices, don't care how talented you are, a lot of these motherfuckers in Hollywood let these vices take control of them. If you don't believe me, look at R. Kelly. You see where the hell he at. He about to do another 30. So, the moral of the story is, you about to see the left eat the left. That's why I wanted to do this stream, because I wanted to give y'all some clarity of what's really going on. This isn't because all of a sudden everybody discussed it because of what he did. They knew about this. This wasn't no secret. Like I said, this shit been floating around since 2014 to 2018. Everybody just in an uproar now because they didn't follow the code. That's all that was. That's why I say this is fake outrage. Now, when it comes to the mother, yes, she is at fault. Because there's no damn way I'm going to let my child go around anyone about doing a Nickelodeon shoot and my child ain't told me nothing that went down. If my child is quiet, ain't telling me what went on, I'm going to find out what happened. What did they do? What's the footage? In fact, I'm going down there my damn self and see what the footage is. Ain't going to be no, you just go take, no, you're not taking my child by herself. I want to see. Now, I guarantee you, if that mother would have went there, they would have never done that shit. It would have never been, that skit would have never went down. Because you know why? Because a real mother would have been there, would have told Aries Spears, if you even think about showing my child any kind of material like this, I'm going to spear you just like that dude did in that damn video. And I want y'all to look that up with Aries Spears getting beat the hell up at a damn radio station. Check it out. It's check Aries Spears getting beat up on YouTube. It is a live footage where Aries Spears is getting his ass whooped in the studio. So you can't tell me that this woman is getting off light. Yeah, I'm sorry she's got all this depression and shit like that, but she's at fault too. Because when you got children, you cannot let your child go with anybody. At that age, 7 and 14, I'll be damned. I got a 15-year-old daughter. You think I let my daughter go with anybody? We meet the parents. We meet everybody. We don't play that shit. And you got to be like that with your children. If you don't, somebody else will. And that somebody else, you might mess around here. Your child might be trafficked here, there, everywhere. And you know how that shit goes and how that plays out. So, yes, I'm getting on the mother's ass. And this is traumatic that these children now will never be the same. And Aries should be ashamed of his ass. Because he know he wrong. You can make all the funny faces. You can make all the jokes you want. At the end of the day, you a sicko. Because you can't tell me that you ain't got no sick and perverted way to fucking do a skit like that. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't want to do no skit with no through the eyes of a pedo. And I've done comedy for a little bit as an amateur. Hell to the no. If I'm going to do a skit, it's going to be a decent Skit. Ain't gonna be nothing like that with no child. That's nasty. Who want to do a skit about going out here and being creepy with women? I mean, people like that, dude, I'm telling you, they ain't right in the head. But again, this just goes to show you how Hollywood thinks. And I guarantee you that might have been their little initiation to be a part of that special elite class, but they forgot one thing. They didn't know how to keep the code together. So now it's about to self-destruct. I'm telling you now. I don't see Spears getting any farther. That's why nobody don't deal with that dude. I always thought, why do Aries Spears never get any major roll calls, always on Vlad TV? I wouldn't be surprised he don't be on Vlad TV after this. Because, you know, Vlad don't fuck with people that got scandal. You know what I'm saying? Vlad TV, once you get scandal behind you, he don't want to deal with you. He want to run. You get allegations like this, anything against women, he ain't going to interview you no more. He ain't going to be on Vlad TV. How much y'all want to bet? You think he going to get a check for Vlad TV again? Nope. He going to be reaching out to Vlad. Hey, man, you want to? Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm a little busy. And Tiffany Haddish, well, I don't know. She better stay on vacation. And you could tell that she's probably that type of person that's twisted because she always talk about how she likes to drink and get fucked up. I've never seen a 42-year-old woman who still talks about drinking and getting fucked up. Like, damn, if that ain't Blackistan, there ain't nothing else I can say. But again, she said she's been in and out of, you know, foster homes, and I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of trauma there that she would never admit to because you know how that goes. But that's another story for another time. But y'all jump in the comment section. Again, thank you for the $10 super chat for Performer. Thank you for Red Indigo subscribing to the channel. Please, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Check out my new shorts channel, Joel Davis Media Network Shorts, where I will be doing short clips of my interviews, of my streams. Also, I'm so sorry to put this out there. I forgot to hook y'all up with this. Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern time, Jericho Green will be on the show. I repeat, 10 o'clock Eastern time, Jericho Green will be on the show. We will be talking about everything that's going on from politics to entertainment news. And we just going to chop it up like we always do. You know, I always bring my boy through. That's like my big brother. So please like, share, subscribe. I've said what I got to say tonight. I'm finna take my ass to bed. I'm out.